Aggrieved ANC Northwest Conference delegates want the provincial conference to be stopped altogether. The conference has been postponed multiple times due to branch disputes. 5 candidates are vying for the chairperson position, including Northwest Premier Bushi Maape and his predecessor, Supra Mahumapilu. ENCA's Pule Lichuti Jones is covering the conference for us and joins us now for an update. So, Pule, I was saying earlier on that it must be about 3 hours ago that I heard Obed Bapela saying that we will be starting the conference. The conference will go ahead. We will start within the next 15 to 30 minutes or so. Have we started?
Definitely not. In fact, as you can see, I'm going to step out of shot so my colleague Lingen Dabambi can just show you the plenary hall is still quite empty. I've only seen a handful of delegates actually arriving here, not showing signs of a packed hall or actually more delegates coming in. This conference has been muddied by a litany of challenges, including, branch delegates complaining about some of the unresolved disputes. We've seen this also being taken to court. The Mafikeng High Court yesterday granted that the IPC cannot participate in the voting processes. On my left-hand side, you can see there's perhaps just some of the delegates just making their way inside the plenary hall, but they are still not quite allowed. Let me just speak to the spokesperson, Pule Mabe. Pule, maybe if you just give us an update. So you said we were expected to start just about 3 p.m. What's the hold-up?
We are starting. You can see delegates are busy. Comrades, conference. Comrades are busy coming in. Yes, you can see. Comrades are coming in. Comrades are coming in. This is conference. They represent conference. They are conference.
Maybe just another also latest. We've seen that there's been a letter sent to the office of the SGO regarding disgruntled branch members saying they will be going to court if they are continued to be ignored. They want this to be postponed. Your reaction?
Well, we are not aware of... If there's anything, we've got a legal team, they will deal with those issues. We can't be pushed back because someone wants to go to court. We can't do that. Remember, when you take a conference to court, you are not paid for by the Legal Aid Board. You are doing it out of your own volition. The ANC has got systems in place to deal with whatever matter or issue that might want to disturb the smooth running of conference. We encourage our delegates to believe in democratic processes of the organization, place faith even in our own processes of resolving disputes. Okay. They are sufficient enough to be able to deal with this. We are delegates, they are trickling in, the deputy president is here. In no time we should be starting. Actually, we are starting now.
All right, there you go, Tula says, Pule Mabe giving us some sort of feedback saying that they will be starting now. Perhaps maybe if we can try speak to some of the delegates, maybe my colleague will show you just now. William Kiali, thank you very much for joining us. You're from the largest region in the province, Bujanala district region. How are you feeling? Are you ready for the conference?
Conference here Northwest ibukone buphirima iyaqhubeleka namhlanje, and then Deputy President Comrade Didi Mabuza is here. Every delegate must be inside, and then the conference must be continued. No one is going to be stopped this conference because as a delegate we are here now to be vote the leadership of the
postpone your conference. What's your take on it?
Iqabane lifuna upropona i-conference alikwazi because Northwest was disbanded for more than 3 years or 4 years ago. So now we're not going to allow the comrade who are going to say this conference must be postponed. It's not going to be postponed, Comrade Knight.
William, thank you very much. Maybe let me just robe in Vincent Liu as well from the Bujanala district. Vincent, nabare conference here by postpone another.
Conference really Bujanala. It's been a long time because na structure sa PC. So really ba chara bata conference and bata mo chara represent as young people. Because we are challenging at really more Northwest.
Which slate of candidates are you supporting?
Me, I'm clear. I'm supporting Kinezu Muswenu.
Wow. Thank you very much. Those are just some of the chaps. So maybe just the last one. Maybe speak to the mayor as well. Mayor, thank you very much for joining us. Now, you're here on time. The conference is a bit delayed. Your take, are you happy with what has happened so far?
No, look, yes, the Congress was delayed a bit because of the registration and some of the issues that had to be dealt by the steering committee. But we're happy that ultimately the conference of the ANC will be starting. It was a long road. So we really believe that this will be a peaceful conference, a peaceful transition, that the newly elected leadership will then be respected and will then be accepted by everyone.
And which candidates or states are you supporting?
As the ANC Youth League, we in the province, we've pronounced ourselves on the candidate. We are supporting the former DSG of the ANC Youth League, Comrade Kinetso Musenyoro, to be the provincial chairperson.
Thank you very much. Those are just some of the sentiments we're getting here from the ground too. Many saying the conference shouldn't be postponed, it should continue as said before. Bulemabi as well giving us reassurance that they are on high alert of any court application that will look to interdict this provincial conference in its entirety. This is what the NEC deployee Nomvula Mkonyane had said to us earlier on as well. But on paper, it's a different story. Those who are closely aligned to the former Premier of the province, Supra Mahumapelo, say that if the office of the Secretary General or Paul Mashatile, the ANC Treasurer, does not respond to their demands, they are going ahead with the court action which seeks to interdict the provincial conference as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely, Pule. As you make that point, that letter from Letlamoreng Mosiane actually ends with that point. It says, I therefore demand an undertaking that such issues, the issues that he raises in that letter to the Office of the Secretary General, be dealt with before credentials are adopted, failing which I will be left with no choice but to approach the High Court to set aside and declare the outcome of the conference unlawful and unconstitutional. So it does seem like you and the team there have your work cut out for you. You're going to be pulling long hours out there. That's ENCA's Pulele Treaty Jones live for us at the Rustenburg Civic Center there.